Shalom, everyone. I hope that you are doing fabulous today. Welcome in, welcome back if you are returning back. My name is Shannon Hensley. If you are new, audio discretion advised. If you have little ones around, I'd just like to say buckle up because anything and everything can come out on this platform. It's not a religious platform. It could come across real heavy that way. Please don't judge a book by its cover. Please don't put me in that box. And I am just who I am, free to be in the truth. I do love the Most High God. I do incorporate the scripture, though, because it's found in the tarot, whether you know it's here or not. I will speak a lot out of the hidden pictograph language that's in the tarot, whether you knew that there was hidden language here or not, I don't know. But it is. You'll learn it in a different way here with me. I just let the Most High God just speak, and he most certainly can speak for himself. And so anyway, yes, I am in my car. I'm dealing with an abuser, and I need a shower. I've been in my car now for several days. I've been in and out since January, and I've never been homeless in my life, and it's devastating. It's disgusting. And anyway, whatever. Stupidness. If you will help today with some food or anything to contribute to a shelter need, then thank you very much. And if you are brand spanking new, yes, I've talked to authority figures. Yes, I have contacted shelters. Yes, I've done all that I'm supposed to do, just to make it real short and simple for you. You'll just have to go back on my platform. I've talked about it extensively over and over and over again. But anyway, it is what it is. I will get justice. I will. God's going to come through. I don't know how he's going to do it, but it's just every single day. Everything has an ending. This cannot last forever. It just freaking cannot last forever. So anyway, happy birthday, happy anniversary, all that kind of stuff. If it is a special day for you and all that kind of stuff. So it's April 23rd today. Let me tell you a funny story. Because yesterday when I got on, I was just, I don't know, my spirit yesterday morning, like I stated when I got up, was just, it was under attack. And so I did a little crying yesterday. And as I was in the restaurant that I go down to plug my phone in. But on Sunday, I got hit on. And I'll tell you the whole story. It's kind of funny. And I'm not out to look for anything like that. And I've had my moments where I've got on the platform and have kind of whatever. I'm beyond that right now. I'm focused on getting justice and stuff like that. But Sunday, I was down at the restaurant, and this man began to approach me and ask me out. And I was just, I'm just not there. And anyway, I come to find out he said that he was 35 years old, and I said, well, my oldest son just turned 32. I said, I'm 54 years old. And he goes, well, you don't look that old. And I was like, yeah. And I said, no offense. I said, I don't know about you. Some people don't give a rip about the number, but I do. It's just always been me. But anyway, it's very nice, and we just, after that just had some chit chat or whatever. But yesterday I was sitting there and this guy was in his 20s, and I'd seen him coming out to the restaurant through the window, and he just smiled real big because I had seen him there last week. He's a contractor, and he comes and he does certain stuff on site at the restaurant, I guess, because I've seen him a couple different times there before. And I guess he'd been looking at me, because he smiled really big. And I just thought, well, he just seen me last week. I just smiled really big, just to be friendly, as we should be in the earth. And he was right outside the window for a long time doing what he was doing. And then he ended up coming in right where I was at. And I said, if you need me to move, because you need to do this side here, I said, I'll get up. I said, because I'm just sitting here. Because he was like, how's your day going? I said, well, I got bigger dreams than this in life. And he just kind of chuckled, and then I just had stated, I'll move if you need to do whatever you're doing on this side of things. And he's like, no, you're fine. He just never had me move or anything. And so he did what he was doing, and he left. And next thing I know, this phone just stamps down right beside me, and I look down and I look up at him, And I'm just looking at him. He goes, put your number in here. And I go, oh, I said, I don't give my number out. And I said, especially right now in what's going on in my life, I said, if I told you everything that was going on, you would say, oh, thank you very much for not giving me your number. I said, because it's just a big deal what I'm going through. And I said, thank you. I said, and I looked, I mean, we're like close up, and I already knew he was young. But I guess he didn't know that I was as old as I was. And I said, I said, I'm really touched. I said, I'm 54 years old. And he went like this. And he goes, you are? And I said, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, don't you see that patch of gray back here? Because my hair needs to be colored really bad. I need a shower. I need to color my hair and everything. But I think it embarrassed him. Like, I don't know. He just acted funny after that. And anyway, I was just like, thank you. I said, you actually made my day. I said, because I've been crying today. And he said, no problem. And then he just left. He grabbed his stuff and he left. And so I don't know if he actually was ready to leave or if that incident made him feel whatever. But anyway, and then I was ready to leave the restaurant last night, and this person was creepy. I don't know what's going on, but I walked out of the restaurant and I seen some guy across the way at the other store across the street was sitting outside. But as soon as I came out and the person seen me, he got up, and I just had a really strange feeling about him. And he got up, and I just looked down and just began to just walk on the sidewalk so I could get to my car. And I walked on past, I don't know how many steps I took, but I could feel somebody adjacent from me walking. And when I kind of got real close to where my vehicle is, here come that guy to my left, coming right up on me and trying to have conversation with me. But it was, you ladies out there, you know when it's creepy. And that's the feeling that I got from that guy. And I was just like, oh my God. And my car's like right here. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was being very kind to him, but I was just being very, very short with the conversation. You know, if somebody's not interested, then you're just like, okay, and then you just exit, right? And he just kept trying to talk and talk, and I was just like, okay. But anyway, I was able to get away from him. But y'all pray for me, because I am a single female, and that second story was funny though. But anyway, y'all just pray for me. I just wanted to share that because I don't know, I just wanted to share it. I just thought it was funny. But I do need your prayer for stuff like that. I have last month a couple of people talked about raping situations out here, and the Most High's my shelter. He's my shield. But none of us should have to worry about that nonsense going on with creeps and stuff like that. But I had got on the platform and had spoken about that rape stuff. I think it was last month, and it was being talked to me very heavily. And so I don't know, somebody had heard somebody say something about me about that or what. But I'm telling you, the men won't have any private parts left if they come up on me that way, because I will fight back. Just saying. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get in here and get into this reading real quick and see what's going on. Most High, just thank you. After that second guy left, the funny story, I looked at the window and I said, Most High, I said, why don't you send me, not, I just don't get offended if you are younger, but just like a man that in my heart that I would desire, that would be somebody that's totally in love with you first. If you're going to send somebody, don't just stroke my ego. Send somebody that'll come up behind me and say, I don't care what's going on, God sent me or whatever. And I'll know if that's the case. I will absolutely know if God sends me somebody. But I looked out the window. I was like, why don't you send me a real one type of an energy. But anyway, Y'all pray for me. Nobody should be alone in this life, really. All right, let's get started. Let me take a scripture like we do. Today was Psalms 23, which is one of my favorite psalms. And so those of you who follow reading with me, we had a lot in the Proverbs today about correction of children. We had a lot about wine and drinking today as well. So anyway, if you are new and you want to follow us, I guess we'll just start off just saying, if you want to follow reading the scripture, I just take a Psalms and a Proverbs for the date, the number of date. So April 23rd, I read Psalms 23 and Proverbs 23 and Psalms 123 as well. But anyway, what wants to come out is, in the fear of Jehovah is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. And I was glad for my place of refuge for my vehicle last night to hurry up and get in last night from the third guy. Anyway, thank you, Most High. I hope something comes through today. If you are able to be generous, and thank you very much. My information is down below. It says to quench not the spirit, and do not neglect prophecies, and to prove all things, and to hold fast to that which is good, and abstain from evil. And then it says breaking free from a slavery situation. Good. Because those of you who know my story, I am dealing with an oppressor, thinking that they could just keep me, whatever. Anyway, I hope that all people break away from any kind of slavery situation. It says that a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pitchers of silver. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. And God is our wise reprover. Let us have that gold earring in our ear, per se, and be obedient to what he has to say. Okay, so today he's bringing out having strong confidence as his children, and having a place of refuge, and us not quenching the spirit, and to prove everything, and to abstain from any kind of evil appearance, and having words be fitly spoken, and being out of any kind of slavery in the mind, physical, spiritual, natural, emotional, whatever that is. So he's brought 4 cards out here. All right, Most High, what do you want to bring out in the tarot this morning? What do you want to bring out in the tarot this morning? Nothing wants to come out. All right, a judgment on something is coming out here. It could be work matters. The 7 of Pentacles. A justice is here. And the oppression came out yesterday. Well, there's slavery type of energies out here. And it's a dangerous thing. Also, if somebody's dealing with somebody who's been oppressing you, and they've quenched the spirit, there's a judgment call going on today in a matter. So the letter R, the letter C, and the letter K is out here attached to something that's going on. And the letter A is out here as well. So this is about laying a new foundation. Somebody going to be speaking, returning today. And for some people's cases, you're going to have to be able to put a judgment on something and abstain from some type of evil, because this word out here, the R and the A, can take you to a word that can trace you to an evilness as well. So rightly speaking your words today, and putting some type of a judgment is out here. What's this judgment out here for? Why is the judgment card out here? Let me take this little deck. Thank you. Okay, 2 of Cups in the reverse. This is about not having any unity somewhere attached to something that's going on out here. The Sun is out here as well. So there is a meeting out here. There's a word that goes to a meeting, and there's also something about somebody being sick out here attached to a matter as well. And so whoever's dealing with some type of oppressive situation and having, this is forcing energy, forcing a judgment and not being in unity with somebody, because there is something evil that is out here today for collective groups of energy. Something positive will come out of that judgment if you do what's right. Somebody needs some justice. There's something legal around something, then there is maybe something even around a work matter. The judgment card is the head, the man, the boss, the chief. So you're just going to have to get into that type of a position here. Why is the Two of Cups here? Ten of Cups. That's emotional stuff. There is some type of a returning energy. This is the Temperance card. Also has a meaning of a returning energy as well. There's a if there is something medical going on out here with somebody, the Magician can be a medical energy, and we have the R and the N out here. So RN, you could be a nurse or something. We have the word sick that came out as well. Something like that is out here, but there's also something about somebody returning. Okay, if somebody's breaking free just in general from a situation. And so if you're feeling weighed down because of a person, because of a thing, and putting a judgment and abstaining from something, then it is showing somebody's going to get some type of freedom in something that is going on. It's emotional probably for somebody with that Ten of Cups being here. But if you're in the up and up, whoever's been oppressing something, God's going to let something positive come out of a matter. Show me the truth with the Justice. So something is heartbreaking for somebody. The truth is heartbreaking. The Justice is about bending. If somebody has been bending somebody to somebody else, so that is exactly what's out here, because the slavery is out here. If somebody's getting out of jail, then I guess just somebody's just getting out of jail, if we want to just look at it that way. But the Justice card has a meaning of bending somebody to somebody else's will. Like, you will do something out here. That's that slavery energy. If somebody's boss is doing that, attached to something that's unethical in a matter, something very heartbreaking is going on. All that, there's the Ten of Pentacles, a commitment, money, and things like that. Long-term things, large sums of money is out here around something. But the Justice card is showing a piercing in the situation. If somebody's going to get fired today, because somebody will get fired today as well. Show me Seven of Wands. This is about standing your ground on something and having strong confidence so that you can have some type of a place of a refuge of something out here. Show me the Justice, please. Secrets. The word goes to a star, and the star goes to exposure. So this would show, even with the Judgment card, people waking up to something today. If somebody thinks that they're going to return somewhere to try to do something, and there's been some oppressive thing, and there's something evil around a situation, somebody's got real sharp communication coming today to break free from something. Somebody's dealing with somebody who has quenched the spirit out here, and there's been secrets around a matter, then something's coming out. There's some type of crying. The word also the other direction, the Hebraic language in the pictograph goes to a crying energy that is out here. Anyway, sharp communication today on somebody, just in general energies. I'm feeling a strange energy with you all. What's hidden here? Let's see if I can find my other deck. What's hidden here, please? The message. So there's communication. There are secrets, because the High Priestess is appearing here, and somebody's crying about something that's going on. This is also communicating. And again, God's saying that your words are going to have to be fitly spoken, so that they fit like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. And to whoever is getting this reproving energy, somebody hasn't been in unity for something. So I feel like this is more than anything, those of you who have jobs or something about somebody who is reproving it, but somebody is not in unity for something here, because there is somebody who has quenched the spirit within some matter in some evil way. There's communication coming. If somebody's already given some type of secret communication on a matter that's going on, there is some great big defensive energy that somebody's going to have to get up in here and speak a right word and put some type of judgment, and somebody's being released from something that's been oppressive out here. This is very skilled communication being laid down today. So a message is hidden in something that's going on. If you're somebody who's relieving some oppression, then that sun goes in a bright direction from you. It always feels good to break away from oppressive nonsense and people who are doing some crazy and thinking that they're all that in a bag of chips, because they don't have the spirit of the living God to know how to respect and have integrity in the earth realm. Hold on a minute. The mature woman, I can't reach it. Yeah, there it is. The mature woman card is out here. Well, we just seen that Queen of Swords. Real sharp communication. Okay, there's some type of a despair. There is the word cry is out here. The piercing of the heart is out here. Something's being exposed. Somebody's quenched. Something evil is out here. Somebody thinks they're going to approach with some type of real skilled, I don't know, manipulation. I see somebody who's going to out-trump that and put a judgment on something. Whoever's in despair, then I guess they're in despair for whatever they've done in a situation. There's the mature man as well. So they're in the hidden space. So whether they're colleagues or something with your family is out here, there is something despairing out here that has been going on, and a meeting and a judgment is going to take place for collective energies is what it's showing. Let me take some words. My runes are in my bag. Show me what else you want to bring out here. A release. Well, it is that somebody either getting fired or somebody can do something out here. There's a secret society attached to some stuff, and yes, there is. And I stated yesterday, and it's amazing how many people know about the Masons and how crazy that society is. I've had several conversations with people, and people just absolutely beside themselves on that nonsense. It needs to be banned out of our country. It needs to be illegal. But anyway, there's secret society out here, and something about a release is going on around some stuff. So that's good. There's a choking out here. Okay, well, there's something illegal going on attached to something. All right, well, anyway, somebody's a freaking murderer. A third party is coming out here, and coveting. Okay, it's the people that want what you have, and thieves and liars and cheats. That's a commandment of God. You shall not covet after what somebody else wants. Somebody choked somebody and thought that something's that was going to get them what they wanted. I don't know, that somebody's dealing with an evil party out here. They will be bent and have a judgment on something out here. Because justice is out here. Something about the springtime, and we are in the springtime, so this is real-time energy that we are looking at. And so this energy can fluctuate between a couple of days and stuff as well. Let's look at the other side of these cards. Somebody's tired of waiting on something. Well, there is a meeting going on, okay? And somebody on purpose spread a rumor about another person in their pride, and they're guilty. Okay, well then, whatever, that could have been at work, it could have been with your family, whatever that is, something's about that coming out. That's crazy. 2 days ago we had, it came out, said, I hate you, but I want to be you. And that's absolutely retardation in a person's mind. It's somebody going out here and just, I don't want nothing to do with you, but I want people to think that I'm everything about you kind of stuff. We got cuckoos, okay? And people like that have quenched the spirit and thinking that they're going to, I want what you have type of stuff, or be an imposter to you on some stuff. God's going to judge this stuff in the end. And it ain't good for the wicked. It ain't good for the wicked. But anyway, some of y'all had somebody spread a rumor. They did it on purpose. They're guilty for something, and just in general energy, something's coming out about it. Okay? On the other side, a hospital energy is here. Like I said, there is an RN, the RN, the N come out here. We have a church involved in something. We do, it comes out all the time. And it says Jehovah says to cleanse your house. Some of y'all just need to go pray through your house. Some of y'all need to get your just house in order, because some big judgment's taking place in a matter, and something is being exposed out here. Okay, it is. Something's coming up. Okay, these are the letters that came out. The R, the A, the C, the K, the Q came out, and the N is out here in this reading, and the B and the T and the J would be pulled out of here as well. All right, y'all pray for me. I pray for you. And if I'm able to get on later, then I will. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Shalom.